Welcome back. We want to wrap up our news review this morning with Anna Nyokabi Gadesha, Women Representative Kiambu County, Anna Nyanga, aspirant for the Migori County Governor's seat, and Cynthia Mutere, Governance Analyst, also the chair of the Women's League in Fort Kenya. Now we take a look at this headline on page 5 of the Daily Nation. Jubilee bigwigs could be locked out of polls. Now Jubilee Party Nairobi Governor aspirant Mike Sonko is among 4 who risk being locked out of the August general election for indiscipline. The others are 2 sitting governors and an MP. Now, of course, the party said it has summoned Mr. Sonko, who is a Nairobi Senator, Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria, his Kirinyaga counterpart Joseph Ndadi, and Nakuru East MP David Gikaria for violence during the just concluded bids to select county election boards. The question is, do you think Jubilee can afford to lock out Sonko, whether or not he's found guilty of whatever they say?
Mike Sonko, the senator, was the only candidate that would have given Kidero a run for his money. But to just put a plus on that, I think it behoves the political parties to actually have disciplinary committees that can sanction candidates who are meting out violence to other aspirants. Especially we as women are just like in terror of violence when we see people with clubs and pangas and all, and especially now that we're going into nominations, and this is a do or die, because at the party primaries is where you're getting your ticket to now go into the general elections. We want to see all political parties, not only Jubilee, step up and actually discipline errant members to make sure that violence
and what you brought up is actually very important, that parties should discipline, and we'll come back to that. But Jubilee, can you afford to lock out Mike Sonko from the Nairobi race as we stand?
The question is not can we afford to lock out anybody from political from the polls. The question is this: is Jubilee a party that follows the rules? Is Jubilee a party that is going to verify the academic credentials of the candidates that have presented? Is Jubilee going to maintain peace? We have signed on and committed to ensure peaceful elections, and we have signed up and to ensure that not only just peace, but free, fair, transparent elections. And I think that is what the question should be, not about any key personality. I think it's important, and especially when it comes to women candidates who are presenting themselves. We can see already the trend in terms of violence against women, and it's something that should be extremely concerning.
Given history, given recent history.
Right, it doesn't matter. We remember we are moving forward. We're not staying in the past. This is a country that is moving forward into the future. It's not a wait and see. It's all about ensuring that those who are trying to mete out violence, it doesn't matter what level of violence on anybody, it should not be allowed
to take place. We'll come to that in a short while. Your thoughts on this?
I think there's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of violence being meted, especially against women. And the trend now in Kenya is that we have another set of warlords. We have 47 warlords. Those are the governors all over, handling a lot of money.
You've just branded all governors warlords.
Most of them.
Unfair.
Most of them running militia groups. My governor runs militia groups, which were the other day blacklisted.
You know that's a very serious allegation.
It is true.
You can substantiate.
It's been in the newspapers. You didn't see it. Major Kaiseri blacklisting them. There's the Baragoi boys that comes from his village. Anybody who goes against him, the Baragoi boys deal with you. They are the 12 disciples. What they do is just murder only. All they do is killing. Yeah. Now those 2 were blacklisted the other day. Now there's a new team being set up again. What is the government doing about this? Everybody knows. So why even pick on Sonko alone? Why pick on these guys? Deal with everybody
across the board.
Everybody.
Let's now come back to political parties, and we've seen violence. We've seen even members of parliament fighting at Harambee House. We've seen members of parliament fighting inside parliament. We've seen cases even in Homa Bay where a member of parliament and an aspirant actually fought on a podium publicly. Pictures are there. Can you give me, now you ladies seated on this table, even one instance where one aspirant or a sitting member of parliament was disciplined for violence by a political party?
Siaya County.
Yes.
Governor Rafanga was number 3. Number 1 and number 2 were all sanctioned, their certificates removed. The person who felt that he had won actually fought with number 2, and there was a dispute at the nomination level. Yes, and the disciplinary committee came and just said, you two who have fought, out. Let's give it to the one who has been peaceful, and that's how he is governor right now. Yeah, so we are dealing with this.
In Jubilee?
Well, we are seeing those steps going on now.
I'm asking, have we ever seen an example of someone where an aspirant or a nominee has been denied a certificate by your party to run because of indiscipline?
Not that I can recall, but and this is why we are seeing these kind of steps being taken forth. And I don't think it should be just at the party level. I think the IG and the administration and all police levels, if you're found to have militia, if you're found to have all of these gangs, that really you need to be called in, and what we need to see is people being arrested and put in.
But at the political party level, are the parties doing enough?
They are.
In terms of punishing indiscipline among
most big parties, except for Jubilee, which is in power, so they have control, they can, maneuver their ways. But other political parties ensure, at least in ODM, they ensure that they don't. I'm very confident that they won't give you a ticket if you're violent, if you've committed an election, if you've contravened the Elections Act. Okay, because if your name is submitted to IEBC, then IEBC should stop you, even if your party didn't stop you. So the buck stops with the IEBC. Are they doing their job? Are they being selective? It's IEBC that has failed to do it.
I think disciplinary committees are, disciplinary committees in the parties. They need to really be strengthened.
And I think that is why we are seeing that they're calling all of these people, because when we take a look at the issue.
For example, any chance that any 4 of these gentlemen will be totally locked out by Jubilee?
Not any chance. We must go through the whole process, and in terms of investigating who was involved, what was involved, and then we take a look at see what the tribunal is going to do. And I guarantee you, I think this time we have more than how many candidates running to create some sort of sanity, to make over 40,000 aspirants for all the various positions, to create some level of sanity. Honestly, the disciplinary committees are going to have to step up and do the work.
So would you arbitrarily lock out people because there are 40,000 people?
No. I'm saying this, that if, because of how many they are, those who are found guilty of doing malpractices and being involved in violence, presenting false academic papers, what do you do as a party?
Finally, ladies, I'll give you a chance to give your final words, 30 seconds each. Start with Cynthia.
Well, it's unfortunate that cases are being dealt with piecemeal, and of course what we're seeing, what we've been treated to in the past 2-3 days is really the integrity issues being brought into question of Governor Joho. And so that's something that we want to see. If you're going to open up this Pandora's box, then open it up to everybody, the entire parliamentary system, both at national and county level, and see just how many will even qualify to come back even through the nominations if parties really take that seriously. And so we just want to see that political parties really are on top of their game as we come into the nominations. And we do want to thank especially the National Election Board in Ford, Kenya, that has been going around the country and meeting the aspirants and really just telling them the expectations that are required, and so to meet the IBC requirements and to make sure that everybody, especially in Ford, Kenya, keeps to the rule of law.
Okay, Anna Nyokabi, final words?
We're looking forward to the Jubilee party primaries that will be in the next 2 weeks. We've seen that the President has suspended all Eastern and Western tours, just so that we can ensure that there's proper, free, fair, transparent nominations that will take place. And we are very confident in our Party Secretary General, Mr. Raphael Tuju, in ensuring that procedures and the law is followed every single candidate that presents themselves. And we look forward to Mr. Matiang'i ensuring, because he's responsible for all issues of education. You know, because the issue now comes to, we talk about education.
I'm being rushed out of the studio.
It's about, did you present the right KCPE or secondary school certificates to ensure that, you know, you get that you got admission?
The government must go out of its way to protect female candidates. we are not getting a good service from our government. The government must protect us. They should not be watching as we're being intimidated and being beaten by the men. And again, another thing, it is very, very important that the government does not interfere with certain candidates, especially people like Joho, like Sonko, who they feel are a threat to their future positions. You should leave them alone and let them compete fairly with others.
Thank you so much, Anna Nyanga, aspirant for the Migori County Governor's seat, Anna Nyokabi Gadesha, Women Representative, Kiambu County, and Cynthia Mutere, Governance Analyst, also the Chair of the Women's League in Fort Kenya, helping us look at the headlines this morning. From us for Power Breakfast, that's it. On behalf of my colleagues Willis Waburu and Joy Muthengi, my name is Fred Indimuli. Good morning.